So we do have Black Friday Thunderstruck coming very soon. Normally what that kind of brings is a lot of SBCs, Flash SBC players, upgrade packs, gamble SBCs, objectives. There is a lot to make sure that you are ready for, because what you'll find, especially with the Flash SBCs, is either you can make lots of coins, get a solid amount of packs, to be fair. Normally they do alright. You're kind of half and half. Some of them are a little bit more stinky, but there tends to be quite a decent amount. So how do you prepare? Now, when it comes to players, we're seeing a lot of icons being leaked. Zidane, Zico, we saw Cruyff, I want to say. There's going to be a huge names. Now,
if you need coins in FC25, lootbar.gg has you covered. They are the cheapest trading platform on the game, 8 to 10% cheaper than any others, 8% off if you use the code JT11 at the end at checkout, plus you get 5% extra on coins, with the fastest delivery system going, used by many FC25 creators such as Zorky, Manny Plus, and even pro owners. So if you need any coins, head over to lootbar.gg, make sure JT11's in the promo code, and hopefully you enjoy.
The likely chances you're not going to pack them. Let's be real. They're going to be in packs, but they're not going to be in packs. It'll be a very select few of like a 1 in 100,000 that actually get them. So how do you prepare yourself to potentially get them? Because some players are pretty decent with it as well. It isn't necessarily always the icons. They are technically live cards as well, so they can have upgrades based on in real game performances. I believe it was, I want to say 2 wins out of 5 domestic league matches and then like 6 goals in 5, I'm pretty sure it was. That's going to be pretty good regardless for any sort of card. So I believe Rashford was in it as well from leaks. So whether Man U decide to get themselves going or not, we could see an upgraded Rashford. So first and foremost, you want to be getting as many packs in as possible if you are looking to upgrade. With the FC Pro Live, it's kind of been a free pass to let that happen, because realistically, in my opinion, there isn't really anybody that is crazy that I'm like, I want right now. Now, if you do look at the team, like realistically, I'd happily take a Simons, a Jesus, even like a Benzema or an Ake, if they manage to qualify. If Tex manages to go all the way and we get a 91 Ake, of course, that's going to be incredible. But I don't really need to sit here grinding loads of packs to be able to get that. Like, I'm not really that fussed about these cards from day one. I feel like the Thunderstrucks are going to be a day one sort of promo where they're really good at the start, potentially then still get the upgrade, and there's also icons in packs as well. Very asterisks next to that whether they are in packs. So you want to be grinding as much as possible. If you've done the season, obviously I've gone on a fresh account here, so we haven't done anything on this account, but if you've done the season, more than likely you've probably, in fact this is my main account's one, if you've managed to get the 75 times 100 and you've not opened it yet, maybe you want to open it then. That's going to be a great one for SBCs in general and a potential chance. Now, I've seen a lot of them packs be absolutely worth nothing, so definitely take it as you will. We are going to get a daily login back as well. It's going to be the start of them. They normally come at every promo once we've had the Thunderstruck, so that should be quite nice to just get a very little amount of pack injection. Whether you want to do the rush events, we've got a couple of days left on a lot of them, and obviously Thursday is going to bring more objectives back into the game as well. Whether they wait till Friday for Thunderstruck to bring even more back is going to be the big question, but realistically we have got these in here now. So if you want to start grinding out as much as possible, I would suggest to try and get as many packs saved as possible. And with the packs that we do get, like there is a lot that you do get from doing all of this. If you go into the seasonal, I think it's more cosmetic and SP, so it's going to be more live. This is kind of where the holy grail is of packs at the moment, because we've got the Centurions that we can be doing, we've got the Team of the Week play that we've got 3 days left, same as the Player of the Month. And the best thing about a lot of these are, even though you've got to obviously do quite a considerable amount of matches, you can stack them with a couple of objectives at the same time. 2 Player of the Months, 2 Team of the Weeks. Then you could stack it with some of these upgrades as well. So you've got to do the squad battles, you've got to obviously win in Rush, you've then got to play Rush and play Rivals, then obviously win in 10. There's a lot that you can do if you haven't already done a lot of these matches. You could even stack them in the One Nation Glory if you've managed to get Team of the Weeks and Player of the Months in the same nation. Don't know if you can do that. I'm assuming you might be able to. Whether there is 2 player of the months from the same nation, I'm not too sure. So that's going to be a definite big question, but you could obviously do the One Nation with there. Obviously, you've got the France upgrade, whether you wanted to do that, but it's just an 84 times 2. But you do get some packs back from that upgrade as well. Then we've obviously got the Welcome to the Pro. That's going to be just playing rival matches. You've obviously got Simikan. You've got a few player packs from him. Granted, it's only 75 times 5s. Plus then all of the FC Pro puzzle completionist as well. So they're just going to be all of the packs that you can get. Plus, obviously, doing all of these. The Masterclass is just going to be SP points, and then obviously you've got a lot of the mastery milestones as well if you haven't finished a lot of them. So that's going to be a great thing to just keep your game ticking over. If obviously you are doing all of them objectives, you should potentially then get some squad battle rewards from playing it. You more than likely will get your rival rewards because you should more than likely have nearly enough games done from that, so that's obviously going to be a good one. And then Champs is going to be on the weekend as well, so if you wanted to do that at the weekend, that's going to be kind of like a post prepare for Thunderstruck. We should have the Thunderstruck promo by then. When it comes to SBCs, what I would be suggesting is trying to stock up on as many bronze players and as many silver players as humanly possible, because they are going to be featured heavily in the Flash SBCs if we do see the same as last year as well. We saw a lot of upgrades that did have max 65 rated or minimum 65 rated, meaning you can kind of keep your golds and use them in the inevitable upgrade packs that we do get. Whether we get any on Monday, or today in fact, that is worth looking at to keep. Player picks is normally always a good one, but I'd suggest doing that on like a Thursday evening or Friday morning rather than necessarily holding them all for today, because then you can kind of keep going with all of your upgrade packs and opening up the rubbish ones, the 75 player packs that are not necessarily worth kind of keeping, and then you can kind of keep your clubs ticking over a little bit. So I would be suggesting to try and doing as many bronze packs, as many bronze upgrades, trying to do all of these challenge SBCs as well. There is some that are pretty reasonable value, to be fair, and a lot of them do give you some semi-decent packs back, as well as then the marquee matchups. We will get that on Thursday as well. Doing your daily login, which I could imagine either comes today or possibly on Thursday maybe, if we do get some SP with it. That could be the start of obviously the daily login that we get for Thunderstruck every day as well. And apart from that, it is just going to be grinding out as much as possible. Now, I get that this is coming during a time where we're probably in the worst state of the game possible. I don't think I've seen FC this early on not necessarily get that much bad publicity or bad kind of feeling in everybody's minds. But it is definitely not a point where I'm like, I want to be sitting on this game for 6 hours a day. Like, even it's my job, but if I'm doing it for 6 hours, I'd probably pull my hair out. It's really not that enticing. But if you are looking to maybe spend less coins, less real money on the game, it's just some things that you can do that just make life a little bit easier. Maybe gives you that little bit more of a push to get back into Thunderstruck, because it normally is a relatively decent promo. It normally gives you at least some upgrade packs back, and maybe you do get a final decent icon SBC, which is going to be actually worth doing. We got Dalglish last year, and I think we then went into Winter Wildcards, which I believe Hullet was in. So we should hopefully see a good turning point at this point. Normally the build up to Christmas, the build up to the new year, and obviously into Team of the Year, we tend to get a few more decent players, because at the minute it is very stagnant. It's very boring. There's not necessarily too much to grind for. And when you look at people's teams, there's not that much of an upgrade going on. Like, realistically, when I was looking through all of these players, really the only one that I'd suggest would be a great upgrade would be Nunez. Obviously, Putellas would be incredible, but a 1.1 million for her, I wouldn't necessarily put her on my list. Whereas Nunez, for 250, 300k, whatever he is, I'd say that's absolutely worth it with a quick step. Then obviously you've got the evolutions. You can obviously link them in. If you wanted to get some more fodder players instead of necessarily grinding out too much, you can obviously put these evolutions, especially the free ones, into as little upgrades as possible. So you could obviously get yourselves into that, say, 86 rated card, 85, whatever you've got, and use them as fodder later on down the line as well. So that could be something you could do at the same time as grinding all these, especially with the squad battle ones, you can obviously put them in and get some extra players in there that just give you a little bit more fodder for maybe a decent player upgrade SBC or a decent icon upgrade later on down the line. So let me know down below if you are coming back for Thunderstruck. Are you excited for it? Are you going to play it? Or are you just now waiting for Team of the Year, which I feel like a lot of people will be, unless we get something that entices people to come back on the actual day. Let me know down below, and I catch you all for the next one. Peace.